back to my channel. As some of you know, I'm not saying our channel or the Cervantes family because things have definitely changed in our household. So this has been a topic that I haven't wanted to touch in. I honestly didn't want to do this at all, but I really enjoy filming. I really enjoy showing you guys my family. I really enjoy making content. And I've made and grown with a lot of people on here. Um, I did get asked a lot to do this video in hopes that someone can relate to my situation or to our situation. So I just wanted to come on here and I'll do my makeup and talk about the situation so you guys, aren't bored just looking at my face. I'm no professional, and this is a really hard topic to go over, but I plan on, trying to get as much as I can into this video and just explain what's going on. I know we did have a lot of followers, subscribers, and we had, our own audience. And I don't want to lose all that stuff. I don't want to stop doing this stuff. The girls love doing it. For those of you who do watch or have watched us, we do have 3 girls and a boy. And when I say we, I'm talking about their dad. Now, I won't use his name in this video because I don't know if he would like that or how this is gonna go. I'm not gonna lie, I did not want to do this just because I was scared of what people would say, and also I was scared of what his family would say, or if his family seen this they would show it to him, or just the hate I would get from them. But like I said, people reach out to me and they were just like, this is something really good. You shouldn't stop doing what you're doing. You should continue to make videos. And you never know, someone out there could relate to you, and you're not the only woman that has gone through it. So I figured might as well give it a shot and see how it goes, to just talk about my experience, and maybe someone can relate, maybe someone could finally leave the situation they're in. I don't know. I just didn't want to stop doing what we were doing, but I also wanted to explain what was going on so you didn't just get half of the story or just random videos now without, the kids' dads in it. The kids' dad in it. It's only one. So as like I said, for the people who have been following us, they do know, some people that I've grown close with, they do know the situation. Some people don't. A lot of people have questions. A lot of people wrote and asked me why we stopped, and everything else like that. And obviously I don't tell everybody my business. These are obviously people that I trust and feel like they should know what's going on, or people that care and want to know what's going on. Some people can have bad intentions, you just never know. But so I was with Julio since I was 18 years old. Sorry if I'm looking away, it's just because looking on the phone is kind of hard to do makeup on, just because of the lighting over here. It kind of messes it up. But I was with their dad. Sorry, I forgot I wasn't saying his name. I was with their dad, the kids' dad, since I was 18 years old. I met him through Facebook. That started being the norm when I had just finished high school. So I met him on Facebook, And we dated for a while before I got pregnant, but I ended up getting pregnant, and at the time, I was going to college, and I had stopped doing everything just because I listened to the, well, you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do that. I got it. I'll take care of it type thing. And, um, which I want to say on here, like, nothing is just one person's fault. I don't just blame the other person. I don't just blame myself. But I definitely think that it had a lot to do with everything leading up to where we are now. So I did leave school. I did stay home. I tried to work jobs here and there, but I was really sick with Jalen, who's my first daughter, and that didn't always work. So yeah, I met him around 18. We had a baby. My mom was like not happy about it at all. So I did go and live with him, and in the beginning I went through a lot with him because he did have another child with somebody else. And I've been in that situation before that, to where I was just like, oh, I know how to handle this. I don't get involved. I don't try to argue with her. I don't, obviously that's not realistic. You're going to argue with people, but, keep it to myself. I know, his time will be occupied, and if it is, I'm not going to sit here and complain or feel bad or anything like that. So it was kind of rocky in the beginning just because he had just had his child with somebody else, and then here I come, and we ended up getting pregnant, and now we're having a new child, and that child wasn't, but 3-4 months. So I understood where she came from in the beginning of all this too. So I know it could be hard, but I also know sometimes people just fall out of love, and or things don't work out, and it's not always, rainbows and butterflies. But so in the beginning with me and him, it was rocky. I wasn't too sure if he was really in love with the idea of me just because he wasn't with her anymore, or if he was really in love with me, or what was the situation, or if he still loved her, because it kind of seemed like then he didn't know what he wanted. And I didn't take it for anything. I kind of was just like prepared, like, if I have to do this by myself, I'm gonna do it by myself. And so when I finally told him that I was pregnant with Jalen, of course, he was upset. He just had, like I said, just had a kid. And I didn't expect that reaction. Of course not, it was my first child, so I was kind of like, yay, obviously you freak out, but I've always wanted kids. And I mean, it happened a little too soon, but I was, it didn't bother me because I thought, or me and him were going to be like together forever. And I don't know, I had that feeling that something like that would happen. And so when I told him about it, he had brought up his ex a lot in the situation, like, what am I gonna do, and all this stuff, and which is, like I said, totally understandable. Didn't bother me. I just didn't know where his head was as far as me and him, because at the end of the day, there's your relationship with your child, and then there's your personal relationship with each other. And so I just, gave him his space, gave him his time, and then he came back and hit me with, well, I think I just want to be with my family. And so I was like, okay, respectable. I'll respect it. And I respected it. And obviously, they didn't get back together because me and him ended up together. And so that was just like something for me throughout all these years that I don't know about you guys, but I have a hard time getting over things. Like, if you do something wrong to me and it's that bad to where I cannot like get it out. I mean, it was such a long time ago. Jalen's 6, so obviously I know what you're thinking. You should have been over it already, right? So, I don't know. That's just how I am. I hold grudges. I didn't like punish it for him, obviously, because we stayed together. We had kids. We kept, living our life. But in the back of my mind, I was kind of just like, was I always that second choice? Like, um, because she didn't want to be with him, obviously. They weren't together for a reason. And so I was just always like, was I just that second choice? And that's why, or because, I had a baby, whatever. So that was always in the back of my mind, as far as how and where we started. So obviously, I didn't put everything to the side, the forgive, but I didn't forget type deal. But I definitely, we continued our lives together regardless of what happened in the beginning. So that had happened for me. And these are just things leading up to reasons why I felt the need that, like, this probably wasn't going to work, and I probably should have realized that a long time ago. But, I mean, you just listen to what people say and stuff like that. So, so then obviously, we had Jalen. We stayed together. He didn't go with his ex. And she ended up moving to Arizona anyways, and starting her own life over there. So then after Jalen, we had Espe, and that was probably the hardest time I think we had in our relationship, was after Espe. Just because I had her natural, and I went through like a really hard birth, and then I went through a really hard time after her. And so I just didn't have, I had a hard time with my pregnancy. I had a hard time after. I don't know, I just didn't have a very good experience when it came to her pregnancy or after anything else like that. So I had Espe, and I had her in 2015. And at the time, we were going through a lot of things because I suffer with depression and anxiety, and having a baby, you get postpartum. I didn't get it with Jalen. I don't know why, but I definitely got it with Esperanza. And I tried going to doctors and like getting help and everything else like that. But during that time, I was also dealing with, personal stuff within our relationship. I did find him talking to a lot of other people that he wasn't supposed to be talking to. So, and it wasn't just like random people. He was talking to exes and his other baby's mom and people we knew, and expressing what went on in our lives to other people, which I didn't think was fair because once you have kids, you don't have friends and you don't have the same people, and you're pretty much with that person, and your friends don't want to hang out with you, and your boyfriend. I mean, you have that one friend that sticks around and doesn't care, but then you don't have much people to go to really after you have a kid. And I'm not close with my mom or anybody like that. I'm close with my grandma, but I mean, depression is just something. Sometimes people are just like, no, no, you don't. That's not true. Can't be. No way. You know? And it's like when someone reaches out to you, it's probably because it's true or because they're really feeling that way. And so, sorry, I'm trying to keep the stories as short as possible. So, I mean, there's a lot I'm missing, but there's a lot that I'm not. And I went through that with Espe, with the postpartum, and while going through that, I was also going through a really hard time in my relationship, and finding out things that, I probably should have paid attention to in the beginning, and, you look past those things in somebody, you give them the benefit of the doubt, I should say. And so that's what I did, and I found out things, and I was going through that. But while I was going through that, I expected my significant other to be there for me. And I know it's hard for some people because some people don't know how to do that. They don't know what to do, they don't know what to say, which I get. But there's like so many ways that, as much as that person's looking for help, you can look for help too, and help the person that you're with what they're going through, even though you don't know. And so he just wasn't there. Like, I don't know how to like put it in any other words, or like to make it sound sweeter, or to like make it sound better. He just wasn't there. Like, I needed someone to be there. I needed someone to comfort me. I needed someone like my body went through so much with just her alone, and I just didn't think that he was there emotionally. He wanted to hang out with his brothers or go with his friends and play basketball, or he wanted, obviously we were younger, so it was a little different for us to like, we didn't just sit at home at this point. So I went through that with Espe, and I just felt like he should have been there a lot more, a lot better, and he wasn't. And that's just something else that stuck with me because my depression isn't going to go away. I mean, it's definitely not as bad as most days, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay. It's like, it's the inevitable. I can't make it go away. I'm going to have my days, and I just feel like as my partner or anybody that you're with, they should be there. And if they don't know how to deal with stuff like that, they should definitely learn. Or they should help you seek help, And through that, like I said, I caught him talking to an ex. I caught him writing other girls. Um, I caught him reaching out to people on Craigslist. Um, as crazy as it sounds, but um, like I said, there was just a lot of things that I went through, and I just feel like eventually you just get tired of things, and um, I just went through a lot of that. Like, I don't want to get into every single time that I've caught him doing something, or every single time that um, I found him talking to somebody else, or what I like to say is like seeking someone else. Um, but eventually you just start feeling like, what's wrong with me? Um, what did I do? Is there something I could have done different? Maybe it is because I've had, at this point, 3 kids, um, 4 kids, or even 1 kid. I mean, you feel like that, like, and someone does that to you, and you're just like, what did I do? And at this point, my whole life is on hold. I don't go to school. Um, I stayed at home with my kids. I did, basically everything that he said I could do or wanted me to do, I did it. And that's another thing that's very hard, because your whole life stops for someone, and you do everything you can to, make sure they're happy. And um, some people do everything they can to make sure the other person's happy. In my situation, I mean, he was very good at making sure I had everything that I wanted, and um, buying all the new stuff. And I don't know, I'm just not a materialistic person. And that stuff didn't, to me, it didn't make everything feel better. I mean, I came from a really good family. Um, I came from a really good family. I didn't, have to struggle or go without or anything like that. And if I wanted something, I got it. I mean, for the longest time, I was an only child. So when it came to him buying me a new car, buying me new shoes, or having the latest phones or stuff like that, it just, I was grateful. Yeah, I appreciated it. I loved it. I mean, most guys don't do that. They make, they think girls should go, get it on their own, and that's not their responsibility, and, stuff like that. But, I definitely didn't think that it made up for everything that he was trying to make up for. I feel like he tried to make up for a lot of things, and there was just some things that couldn't be couldn't be made up just because you went and, bought a car, or, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not a materialistic type of person. Like, that doesn't make me feel better. Or it may make you feel better for the moment, and then you're back to feeling the same way, because it doesn't take your thoughts away. It just buries them for a little bit. And so I don't know, and I just want to say, like, for him, or for anybody that watches that knows him or anything like that, I don't know if he ever physically cheated on me, But um, I don't know. To me, that's cheating. I mean, you're seeking another woman's attention, and it's something that you gotta hide from someone. It's cheating. Um, Now, if the situation was different and like he was honest with me and was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, um, and was like, you're okay to do, the stuff that you want to do too, then I would be like, okay, that's the situation. But um, I think we established our boundaries in the beginning of our relationship when we said we weren't gonna do stuff like that, and those boundaries were crossed many, many times. Um, and not just with like looking and stuff like that. There was dating sites that I found him on. Um, I don't know. He would like use other people's phones to like get away with it, so I didn't see it, and then I would find out about it, My biggest fear was like someone coming back to me and being like, "Oh, um, I'm pregnant by so and so," and then like my world would just be shattered. I mean, my world was already shattered as is, but um, I just, I don't know. I mean, 8 years later, I got tired of it, and it was like it never stopped. It never got better. Um, he never changed after all the times I was told, "Oh, I'm gonna change, and you don't have to worry about it," or "I'm gonna be a new person," or "I don't know why you feel that way because I think you're beautiful," or stuff like that. Or "I would never do that to you." I believed a lot of the lies. Um, I listened to a lot of the crap. Um, I stopped, living my life and being who I was to make myself somebody that I wasn't, to just sit there and satisfy it. And I don't know if men see that when it comes to us women and being in a relationship. Like, we sacrifice a lot, not just like kid wise or having babies or carrying babies, stuff like that. Our mental health suffers a lot, or feelings suffer, or social life suffer, and we're willing to go through all of that and put up with all of that. And there's some women who will not and just get out of it faster and leave, but 95% of women will go through stuff like this and stay. And I was not ever that person to be like, well, I have to be with him because of my kids. I definitely thought I have to be with him because, what am I going to do? How am I supposed to survive? I didn't work. I didn't have anything for myself. Everything we had together. And, I mean, it's all about getting back on your feet. And I just didn't believe that I could do that. And so I put up with it. I mean, there was times where I went through like long periods of time, long stages of where I was just like, oh my God, I just love him so much. And then something like this would happen, and then I would take me back to everything else, like all the stuff I talked about. And we come from different cultures, not like that much, but I'm Hispanic more, and he's Mexican, so you don't divorce. You don't leave your significant other if, like, that's the worst thing you could do, like, aside from like being a drug addict or gay. You don't leave your relationship if things get tough. You don't leave your relationship if they cheat on you. Don't leave your relationship if they put their hands on you. Like, you just don't do that. And I think me not explaining to a lot of my family what was going on most of the time, they were kind of just like, what? You can't do that. Or why would you do that? Or you don't marry someone to unmarry. To where with his family, I just got completely shut out. Like, this was all your fault. It was all my fault. I'm gonna hurt the children. They're never gonna be the same. Now they're gonna be bad kids. How could I be such a terrible person, when basically the whole time I was, getting cheated on, getting treated like crap. I don't know. I mean, my message to everybody from all of this and talking in this video and doing all this stuff is just, if you're not happy, don't do it. If he's doing things that he's not supposed to do, it won't stop. It's not going to change. As soon as we officially broke things off and he left the house and I was, at the house by myself with the kids, whatever, he basically found somebody else. And my thing was, you don't sit there and say you were innocent and you did nothing to me and you never talked to anybody else. But at the jump, you have a new girlfriend and you've moved in with her and you guys have an apartment and, my kids know who she is. Which, at the beginning, I was very upset. Not upset because he found somebody, but oh, sorry, I stuttered. But upset because my kids now have to meet someone else and they didn't even get a chance to, recover. They didn't get a chance to, like, what's going on? Or, like, you guys need to get back together. Or are you guys going to get back? They didn't even get that opportunity. It was just like, it was done. He found somebody else and that's who he's with now. So that was kind of like a big eye-opener. Like, obviously people have their doubts when they break up and they're like, oh, maybe I could just work it out, or this is my family, how, everybody, like I said, has their doubts. So I was definitely like, I just needed to find myself. I just needed to, like, I didn't do this. I didn't get up and get ready. I didn't get dressed. I didn't want to do anything for myself. And, like, I get ready every day. I get dressed. I want to go out and do things. I want to see people. I want to talk to people, now I'm talking to family members that, I haven't talked to in years just because he always had something negative to say about it. So I just, kept it away. And so, like, the whole moving on thing didn't affect me in that kind of way. I was kind of relieved in a way too, to just be like, well, he moved on and, somebody else has to deal with that, and I don't. So I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with him moving on, or I'm okay with him finding someone else. Just don't let her disrespect me, or my kids. You always, that's the first thing that comes in my head is, I don't know the girl's family. I don't know, where she comes from. I don't even know her because he won't allow me to meet her. But I don't know anything like that. And you can sit here and say you love my kids all you want, but are they safe? Are they gonna be okay? Do you come from a bad background? Do you get along with the people in your household, you know? I don't know. It's definitely just hard, I should say, when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, all the stuff that I went through and me leaving and him going and finding someone else literally a week later just proved that, like, I'm not crazy. Like, I didn't do this just to, like, just so I could go find somebody else. Like, I haven't found anybody. I talk to people, but I'm not, like, in a whole relationship now, and I'm just better, and, like, no. And I feel like when someone does that, it just, proves you weren't wrong. It just proves, like, what you did was the right choice, because it just would have continued to happen regardless. Sorry, the kids were actually just asking to go to their dad's, and I feel like that would be like a totally different video of like how co-parenting is going, because whew, all this stuff is a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought things would be different, but at this particular moment, I just been taking everything one day at a time. That's all I feel like I can do, and I just feel like I just feel so free, and like a big weight was lifted off of my shoulders, and I just want to do everything right for my kids and hope that they're okay, and I don't lie to them. I don't keep anything from them. I don't believe in that. And I just, like I said, I'm taking everything one day at a time, and who knows? You never know. I could be like Julio and find someone, or I could be alone forever. But right now, I just want to be focused on being happy, and focus on the kids, obviously, and wanted to come and just share that with you guys. And like I said, hopefully I reach someone that is just looking for those answers. I know I was. I know I turned a lot to not sure if people are religious, but I prayed a lot and asked God a lot, is this for me? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this the person that I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with? Because it doesn't feel like that. I don't feel like this is how I'm supposed to be treated. I feel like when you're with somebody, they're supposed to be all about you and only you, and if you're not feeling that way, the perfect time to leave would be, whenever you feel like, sorry, my hair is super oily. Whenever you feel necessary. It's better late than never. I definitely will not get, those years back, and that doesn't, bother me, and, I learned from this, and I just feel like anything else I ever get into, I'm gonna know what I want and how I want it, and the boundaries that I'm gonna set, and they're gonna know what I went through, and they're gonna know what they can and can't do. And if no one can ever meet that, then, like I said, I'll be lonely forever. Or someone gives me their boundaries, or how they do things, and we adjust. It's always good to adjust. Right? Something I can't talk through is my eyeliner. So yeah, I mean, any questions, any experience, any advice anybody has to get, I'm totally open to it. Just remember, like I said before, now I am a single mom of 4. I don't have a job still. I'm going back to school and, doing all that stuff again. And I don't have like all the help in the world. And like, I'm like doing like 1,000% better, like I said. But I'm doing it, like I did it. I took the first steps and I left, and I did what I needed to do. And you just have to find your strengths. Then not. People have gone through what you've gone through, and all you can do is just move on. And it's easier said than done, I know. But you definitely do not deserve it. Treated better. Your kids deserve to have a better mom. I know it can affect the way you parent. It can affect the way you eat, the way you live, the way you look, everything. And I just feel like it's totally not worth it when it's not the right love, right kind of love. I mean, if I have anything to say about it, that's it. And like I said, comments are welcomed, questions are welcomed, advice is welcomed. I'm here for it all. I will, like I said, do another video about co-parenting and how it's going, and update you guys on, I'm sure something will get said about this video. Just let you guys know how I'm doing, how moving on is going, and just wanted to share a little bit about what's been going on. Once all is discussed, you're gonna see, us back in action. You're gonna see all the funny videos, all the crazy videos. They'll just be obviously missing someone. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Like I said, comment, and I will see you in the next video.